This is Music, and this is a regular episode of Tapeworm Terror. Welcome to a regular episode of Tapeworm Terror. In this video, we're going to have a look at this tape here, Arabesque's self-titled from 1990, as far as I remember. And what's interesting about this one is I'm actually not certain what its status is. I can't figure out whether it's a demo or whether it's intended to be, kind of like an official release, probably an EP then, or a mini album. Because the cassette shell looks super professional. It looks like a cassette tape that would be released by a major label back in the 80s and early 90s. But the J card looks more like a high-end demo tape, kind of J card. But so before we talk about the music itself, let's have a look at the physical aspects of this release. So yeah, the cassette tape looks super professional, right? It even has a catalog code, AQ001. So that leads me to kind of maybe think that it's intended to be like an official release. The J card, as I said, looks more like a high-end demo tape J card. Pretty cool cover artwork, I would say. And you have a track list here. Folding it out, it looks like this. So there's a band shot here, and they look like a glam metal band, perhaps. The other side just looks like this. You have some lyrics, and then the rest is just blank space, which suggests that maybe it's could also be a high-end demo. But yeah, that's the physical aspect of this cassette tape. So what about the music? There are 6 tracks on it, 3 tracks per side. And the first track is an introduction. It's called Intro Ishtar. And that is a kind of a keyboard piece with Middle Eastern tones to it. So it sounds almost like epic in that sense. And you would be forgiven for expecting this to be some kind of cool, obscure, early 90s progressive metal. Because, they do look a bit glam metal here, but a lot of early 90s and late 80s progressive metal bands also had this look, right? And the introduction kind of seems to introduce this kind of early 90s progressive metal. That's not what we're dealing with, though. We're dealing with hard rock, glam metal, and some traditional metal elements as well. It's pretty good, actually. And this is made clear already in the first proper song. So that's track 2, called Missing You, which is just a straight up almost semi-feel good and semi-melancholic, believe it or not. Just hard rock song with some glam elements. And the next track, Take Me Back, is a ballad. And it's not a bad ballad. I actually quite enjoy it. Remember, this is from 1990. So it's from before the power ballad became, just a bloated, empty corpse, just full of gas and nothingness. So this ballad is okay. Side B is the better of the 2 sides for my money. Living Myself is just a great hard rock track with some metal elements. Up to Date is very interesting because Up to Date actually does kind of go in the direction of this more progressive, early 90s progressive metal. I would not say it's progressive, but it has some progressive elements. It has like a keyboard solo that sounds progressive. There's a breakdown at some point that is also kind of progressively oriented. So it's maybe borderline progressive hard rock or something like that. It's a pretty good song. And Don't Say Goodbye is probably the heaviest song on this tape, and it's also very good. So yeah, we're actually dealing, for my money, with some pretty good just hard rock with some metal elements and with some glam elements as well. It's very well produced. It also sounds professional, but not as professional as, you know, an official release on a major label. So it's kind of caught somewhere between being a professional release and being a demo tape. I would say it's actually very good. I'm really glad I have this, and I enjoy listening to it every now and then. Arabesque. If you can find a cheap copy of it, and you like hard rock and things like that, I think you should grab it. I have not seen, however, any super cheap copies of it. I think I got this one for free back in the day, but you know, that was back in the day. Well, in any case, that's Arabesque, self-titled, pretty good stuff. Thanks for watching.